everybody, it's CloaknDaggerish here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to be playing any Entropia, but I'm going to be talking about some resources you may or may have not noticed on the launcher page for Entropia Universe. These are very, very handy resources that I think everybody should at least check out a little bit and explore a little bit further if you haven't already. Some of you probably are already using this, but hey, if you want to come along for the ride, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to talk about 4 different websites, 3 of which are found on the launcher page, and the 4th one is not. I have mentioned it in the past. But anyways, let's jump right into this. The first one we're going to look at is Entropia Wiki. This is by far my favorite third-party source of information. I use it all the time, and it has a plethora of information, which is very, very handy because Entropia Universe is a very deep game with lots of items and mobs and resources, and everything's got different stats, and it's hard to remember it all or even to find good information on it. Sometimes you're trying to find the right gun, the right armor, the right mining tool to accomplish whatever you're trying to hunt or whatever you're trying to mine for within your level. There's so much to know, and so this is where Entropia Wiki really, really comes in handy. Here we have the main page. You can, and what I love about it is you can actually break it up by what planet you're on, so it'll show you just planet-specific stuff such as mobs, armor, weapons, etc., etc. Or you can explore everything all at once if you want to, compare to every single planet there is. And they have done a fantastic job of keeping this up to date and keeping the information accurate, and it's just super, super handy. I'm not going to dive super deep into it, but basically you can choose any of these planets here if you want to go planet specific. Otherwise, your side menu here kind of gives you everything that you need. They cover items like armor, mining tools, mine force stuff, vehicles, weapons. Here you have creatures, events, different maps, skill trees, missions. They got some social stuff down here. You can do a search if you're looking for something specific. Here they have some news, additional useful links that you might need for finding stuff, some stuff in like different languages, other websites, some of which we'll be looking at. But just kind of a quick example here. I do a lot of hunting, and sometimes I don't know where to find a certain creature, especially when I'm doing my iron challenge missions. Sometimes you can't track down the right mob, or you can't find one within your level. This is very, very handy for that. So here it takes you to a table of all the different mobs from this is just the Calypso table. I mean, there's pages and pages here. You can see there's 10 plus. And it'll give you some of their stats here. But we're going to look at one. Let's see here. That's maturity. Trying to remember how to search here. Well, let's just jump to like a random page or two. And it does take a little bit to load because there is a lot of information. Trying to remember. Here we go. All right, curbs. I hunt curbs all the time. I know a lot of people hunt curbs. They're very, very popular. They're a lot of fun to hunt. But say you're looking for a specific maturity of curbs. Maybe you're looking for some higher level ones, some lower level ones, whatever. So this is what most of the creature pages are going to look like. They're going to give you a brief description, some lore behind the name, and then they will give you, and some of this information is going to be out of date now with the new update, but it's still good for about a year. The point levels for the maturities for the iron missions, how many points are required or how many mobs you have to kill, and then the rewards are all for every level is broken down here. This is very handy, especially if you're looking for certain stuff. I was hunting down a lot of evade rewards, so I was hunting just mobs that would reward me with evade, trying to get my evade up. That was pretty handy. They'll probably redo this with the new system, but it's probably going to take them a while to update and get the codex information on here. But still, there's still a lot of great information on here despite that. So here you have the maturity levels. They give you the health for each maturity level, the expected damage, their danger level, threat level, all that stuff. Very, very handy for hunting. And it kind of gives you an idea of how much damage you need to output to kill one of these. They also have a pretty decent list of all the things that they can drop and how often. I believe the stuff in red is they no longer drop. You'll have to kind of look into that. I don't remember. But anyways, and then here we have locations. This is the other really, really handy part. I really love this site for this. They will give you the coordinates on the map where they're located, and then they'll tell you a certain range of maturity levels. So if you're looking for smaller ones, young to old, you go here. If you're looking for the matures to the dominants, you're going to go over here. Excellent, excellent source of information. And a couple other little things. If you don't know what armor to wear when hunting a mob, here they tell you the damage type and how much damage of each type they do, so you can kind of gauge what kind of armor you need. Oh, another thing, like the minimal global level is kind of nice to see the minimum ped they have to drop before it's considered a global. They got some maps related to it, and they kind of go into the skills a little bit. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but it's kind of nice to know. This is just one of the many resources on here. They have, and I haven't messed around with them a whole lot, but for like the armors, you can calculate the decay, stuff like that. Same with the guns. You can figure out your peck per damage, stuff like that, and it'll take your skills into account for that as well. As they update the game, some of these calculators are not as useful because Mindark is kind of putting some of this information into the game and we don't have to figure it out. They're taking some of the guesswork out of it for us, which is very nice of them. I appreciate that very much. Besides the calculators, they have pretty much all the armor you probably have ever seen and probably will never see. Some of the stuff, if it's in the game, it's in here, and they give you all the different stats for it, and they tell you where to get it, what planet it's on, stuff like that. Very, very. They put a lot of time into this. I'll tell you, whoever's behind this, good job. And that kind of gives you just a basic rundown on Entropia Wiki. So definitely worth checking out. You don't have to make an account or anything. It's free to use. The next site I want to show you is called Entropia Life. You do need to make an account to use this site, but what it does is it's a global and HOF tracker and an all-time high tracker. What it does is people, and it only tracks, I believe, the people who are registered with Entropia Life, which there are quite a few people who, a good portion of the community is registered. So it kind of helps to see what's globaling for hunting, for mining, for crafting. It'll tell you if it's up, if it's down, all sorts of information. I don't use this a whole lot, but I do kind of like to just check on myself. I don't really watch what other people are doing a whole lot, just because I guess I'm not playing that hardcore at the moment. But anyways, here's the main page. They'll give you the weekly hunting stats, mining stats, and crafting. As you can see, hunting's up, because of the event that's going on. The total globals for that mob, 23,000 this week, 576. Mining, Asterium stone is hot right now, as always, explosive projectiles is hot for crafting, and it'll probably always be hot for crafting, unfortunately. Let's just check out my profile real quick here. I was looking at this earlier before I decided to shoot this video. If it will load here, come on. Oh, there we go. So this is me, Dark Shadow Killer Wex. I don't have a lot of globals to show you, but this is what your page would look like once you register. It won't have any of your previous stuff before you register. But here's my hunting stats. My favorite mob is Curbs. My highest global ever was 69 ped, and I have a total of 724 ped from globals. And my hunting rank, I'm 1,740 of 3,557 registered hunters on Entropia Life. We can, let's see here. It'll give you a breakdown. This is every global I have ever gotten, which is all, no, this can't be all of them. These are all my recent ones? What does this do? Oh, here we go. There's pages. All right. I should really get my crap together here and before I try to explain this. But yeah, so this will... Here's my pages. All right. So this is a breakdown of every global I've ever gotten while registered. It'll tell you what it was, the maturity, how much it was, and the date and time. Same thing with mining. I've only ever gotten one mining. I don't do a lot of mining. I did do it for a while, but mining can be pretty brutal if you don't have the ped to cycle, which I don't. So that's why I kind of stick to hunting for the moment. And crafting. I only got one crafting global. Nothing too exciting there. But it's kind of nice to see, to look back and see all the globals you got. This is also handy for like events. If you need to, like, if you missed your screenshot, you could probably send in like screenshots of this to like prove that you got globals during events by some of the player run ones. They do run events on Entropia Life too that are you can't access them in Entropia Universe. You have to access them through Entropia Life, and you take screenshots of your globals and stuff and whatnot, and do it that way, which is kind of neat. It gives you something else to do in game. But anyways, the site tracks, and if you're in, some of this is kind of interesting. There's another YouTuber named I think it's Bahb Silunt, and he spells it weird, but he does occasional update videos on Entropia Life. He goes over the numbers to see what's globaling, and kind of does like a little news podcast. Check him out. I'll try to remember to put his YouTube page in the description below. So this is the hunting. I believe this is current globals, and then you can track like the top hunters for the week. So this guy has gotten 1,201 globals, which is insane, and so on and so forth. And you can see the total value of their globals. Granted, it doesn't tell you how much they spent to get them, which would be interesting to see. But they got lots of different stuff, and same thing for mining and crafting. So depending on what you do and what you like to participate in, or whatever you're interested in, it's kind of nice to see what's all going on. So that's Entropia Life. Not necessarily something you desperately need to have, but I like to... Oh, another thing to note, you don't need to have like actively be logged in for it to track. You just have to be registered on the site, and it'll track it even if you're not logged into the website, which is nice. But like I said, it's not something that you absolutely need to be a part of, but it is nice to kind of keep track and see what's going on with other people and to see some of the numbers and stuff with Entropia Universe. The third one that is on the launcher page for Entropia Universe is a little big mining log. If you are looking to become a big time miner, or you want to do a lot of mining, you might want to look into this. What it does is it's extra software that you will install, and it basically keeps track of where your finds are, how big they are. It records everything for you, and then it displays it on a little map, which is nice. And if you can get it to work right, it will keep track of on the map where you're dropping, and it'll show you if you're overlapping and not and stuff. I can't quite get it to work right, otherwise I would show it to you. But if you are interested in it, they have a YouTube video. It shows you how to install it and how to work it and whatnot. They also have some guides and other stuff that you can use to help you along with it. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it real deep. I don't use it. I couldn't quite get it to work right. I was having some issues with it, and I haven't figured it out yet. If I ever do figure it out and you guys are really, really interested in it, I might do another video on it. But until then, I want to keep moving here. So these are the 3 websites that you can find off the launcher page. Entropia Wiki is by far the best. Entropia Life is another good one to check out. And here's a little big mining log. Just something you might want to think about. Check it out, try it out. If it works for you, great. If not, I can't really help you out, but maybe you can talk to them and they can help you out with it. And the last one, which is not found on the launcher, I might have mentioned this one in the past. It's called Entropia Partners, and it is a third-party earning site. And I know you guys are sick of me probably kind of pushing these third-party earning sites. And I apologize for that. I try not to beat you guys over the head with this, but it is an excellent source of free PED, free finger quotes. And it's an alternative to sweating. You guys don't have to use it if you don't want to, but I do recommend it. It does work. I have used it. Another website I also recommend, it's not Entropia necessarily related, but it's Swagbucks. I got a whole video series kind of going on it. Check that out. It's in the Swagbucks playlist on my YouTube page. So go check that out if you're interested in making some extra money to put into Entropia Universe so you can have more fun. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope this is interesting, helpful, at least, if anything. I'm still kind of waiting on Mayhem to start. Once Mayhem gets going, I'm going to have some hopefully much better Entropia videos here, guys. So if you haven't already, please like the video. Please subscribe and do me a favor and tell your friends about it. Let them know that I got this YouTube channel going. I'm trying to put out videos every couple of days. I'm new at this. I'm trying to get better every day. I'm learning every day, and it's been going good so far. I've been getting good numbers on the page, watching the analytics, and everything's in the green, so that's got to be good, right? But yeah, so I appreciate everybody that's been watching and subscribing and liking, and until next time, you guys have a good one.